Every year, millions of workers and employers rely on the services of public and private recruitment agencies to match job seekers with jobs. However, many of these workers, particularly migrant workers, face exploitation and abuse during the recruitment process. Workers may pay high recruitment fees and costs, which can leave them in situations of debt bondage. International standards are clear. Labour is not a commodity. Workers shall not be charged directly or indirectly any fees or related costs for their recruitment. To guide effective action in this area, and with the broad objective of preventing human trafficking and forced labour, protecting the rights of workers, and reducing the cost of labour migration, the ILO has adopted the General Principles and Operational Guidelines for Fair Recruitment, which includes a definition of recruitment fees and related costs. The definition is intended to support the development, monitoring, implementation, and enforcement of laws, policies, and measures aimed at the protection of workers' rights. In addition, it supports development and implementation of effective regulation of recruitment practices, notably of public employment services and private employment agencies, to combat non-compliance, support transparency of recruitment practices, and enhance the functioning of labour markets. Recruitment fees and related costs should not be collected from workers by an employer, their subsidiaries, labour recruiters, or other third parties, and they should not be collected directly or indirectly, such as through deductions from wages and benefits. Recruitment fees. Recruitment fees include payments for recruitment services offered by labour recruiters, public or private, payments made in the case of recruitment of workers with a view to employing them to perform work for a third party, payments made in the case of direct recruitment by the employer, and payments required to recover recruitment fees from workers. These fees may be one-time or recurring and cover recruiting, referral, and placement services. Related costs. Related costs are expenses integral to recruitment and placement within or across national borders. When initiated by an employer, labour recruiter, or an agent acting on behalf of those parties, required to secure access to employment or placement, or imposed during the recruitment process, the following costs should be considered related to the recruitment process: medical costs, insurance costs, costs for verifying skills, qualifications, and language proficiency, costs for training and orientation, equipment costs, travel and lodging costs within or across national borders, administrative costs, including application and services fees for representation and services aimed at preparing, obtaining, or legalizing documents such as employment contracts, security and exit clearances, passports, visas, banking services, or work and residence permits. Illegitimate, unreasonable, and undisclosed costs. Extra-contractual, undisclosed, inflated, or illicit costs are never legitimate. Anti-bribery and anti-corruption regulation should be complied with at all times and at any stage of the recruitment process. Examples of such illegitimate costs include bribes, tributes, extortion, or kickback payments, bonds, illicit cost recovery fees, and collaterals required by any actor in the recruitment chain. This internationally agreed definition of recruitment fees and related costs provides the transparency and clarity needed to eliminate worker-paid recruitment costs. Private and public actors have embraced the definition and are adapting national laws and policies, company codes of conduct, and advocacy strategies accordingly. Through active implementation of the definition, we can make fair recruitment a reality for all.